Nobody really talks about this part of chasing a goal, the part where life happens, your routine falls apart, and suddenly something you were so excited about starts to feel really heavy. That's kind of where I've been these past few weeks. I honestly feel like I lost my rhythm. So this week isn't really about trying to be more productive. It's about figuring out how to fall in love with writing again. It feels like it's been forever since I sat down and picked up a camera and started filming and talking to you guys. So as you've seen the title of this video, it's week 8 of this challenge. And I know it's a big time gap or time jump between week 5 and now. And you're like, what the heck? What happened? I have been on vacation sick and dealing with a few other things, and I haven't had the time or the energy to pick up my camera and just film. I try to do YouTube shorts, but let me tell y'all, it's just so hard to film every single day because my life really isn't that exciting. So that's why we're here right now. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I think I still sound a little stuffy because I'm just recovered from the cold. It took about over a week for me to get over this cold. I don't know what the heck. First started off with my sister and then went to me. I don't know where we went to during the vacation, but ever since we got back, everybody has been fighting a sickness. I feel like this far in the challenge, I feel like it's been putting me through the test, y'all. I've been sick, I've been traveling, I have been dealing with low energy, low motivation, and most of all, I've been really struggling with this story first draft. This story plot, y'all, has been driving me crazy. It's been making me go through this moments where I hate it, I love it, I hate it, I love it. For the people confused about what the heck I'm talking about, or you're new to this channel, first, hi, my name is Hannah, and also, I am working on a new book project, my debut novel. I just finished second draft of that back in March, and that's been on hold since March. And I was like, why don't I work on my another book idea? Because I have a literal list of book ideas that I want to write that's currently on my Notion. And then midway through the novel, I realized I don't like the way the plot is going. So I changed the whole course of the plot. And the reason why I did this is that I'm trying to get back to the original spark, the reason why that I fell in love with the story idea in the first place. Also, the plot was becoming too plot driven rather than character driven. But the problem is I have been struggling to figure out what happens next. So I feel like I have fell into the writing slump and I fell out of routine, and I feel like it's just really hard to show up every day to my laptop because I have to, because I am in the middle of doing a 75 hard writing challenge. So I want to use the rest of this week and this vlog to get out of the writing slump. So step 1 of my plan is to do some freestyle writing. Just take a break from my book because I feel like I've been staring at this book for a long time and I feel like my brain just needs a break from it. So maybe I can work on something that's carefree, doesn't have no obligation or deadline. Today, my 2 45-minute sprints, just writing a story, just having fun, outline, not going to do character profile, none of that. Don't know what it's going to be about. I am just going to have some fun freestyle writing. Nervous to try this, y'all. This may be the best idea I ever had, or it may be the most disgusting drink I ever made. I took black tea and made an espresso shot with instant coffee, and I added some brown sugar, so honey to give it a sweetener, and then I also added some oat milk. It was already watery at the top. Hopefully it tastes good. Cheers. Y'all pray for me. Okay, the top part tastes like watery coffee. Oh, okay. I can taste it a little bit, but the top is just gross. I need to get a straw. Hold on. All right, I got the straw from leftover Chipotle. Let's see how it tastes. Hopefully it tastes a little better. Okay, hold on. Okay, it does taste better. Am I in love with it? No. Now, the reason why I use black tea is because I didn't have chai tea. I'm not a tea person, but I missed that from the chai tea with the cinnamon spice in it. And I want to try something new because I have been sick. They say you're sick, you're supposed to drink some tea to help you. Anyway, waste so much time. Oh my gosh, time has been wasted today. Let's get some writing done.
7 steps, 8 steps, 9, and I'm older, trying to figure out where I fit in. So in this life, hold yourself tight. Everything will work out fine. So hold yourself tight. So hold yourself tight. Don't you try to move too fast. So in this life, hold yourself tight. Everything will work out fine. Just hold yourself tight. You need to.
I just finished first 45-minute sprint. I started to fall into the trap, or I started overthinking. I was like, what's the perfect story idea to work on? Or should I go find writing prompts? Should I just randomly write about something? Should I write about the weather? Should I describe a scene or whatever? So I was like, why don't I write something outside of my genre? Something that I know I would never, or probably never, publish. So I found one of my very old story ideas. It's fantasy, Greek mythology, and it's set during the modern era we're in right now, because most of my stories are historical fiction. Most of my stories are set between the 1960s or the 1990s. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just write outside my genre, write outside the usual time periods that I usually write in with this story? And I just wrote like a random scene. I tried not to take it too seriously. I even wrote in a different font. I wrote an Arial font because I noticed that whenever you're trying to prevent writer's block or stop the inner credit or get out the slump, you should change your font. And even the color, I was going to change my font to blue or pink, but I was like, nah, just leave it the way it is. And I made the words a little bit bigger too. And I put it on a blank Google document because I'm just trying to tell my brain, we're trying to have fun. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to have fun. We're not trying to take this too deep or too seriously. No one's going to see it. Even though at the beginning my brain was overthinking. And I was like, Hannah, just drop yourself in the middle of a moment or a scene or something going on in the character's life. Y'all, I don't know if I sounded, but I just feel myself getting stuffy again. I feel like I'm sounding weird. But anyway, I wasn't even thinking about how many words I got. I put on some rain sounds, turned on the timer, and just started writing. Did it help me get out of the slump? I'm not sure yet, but we're going to see. There's a few more things that I really want to do that can help me get out of the slump. And when y'all watching this video too, I want y'all to maybe get inspired and maybe use the things that I'm learning to help get out of the slump. And maybe take what I'm learning from this video and maybe use it in your own writing journey. Because I know if you're doing this challenge with us, Certified Heart Writing Challenge, and if you're not, grab the link, grab the template in the description below. It's free, and that way you could track your writing progress. You could journal about it, track your habits, and track your word count, how much time you spent writing, and all that good stuff. So grab it in the description below.
Once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me. But I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours. Each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason. I was swinging along, minding my business, when suddenly out of the blue, just like a present from heaven, beautiful, wonderful you, the clouds disappeared and the birds started singing a beautifully wonderful tune. For no other song could be worthy of beautiful, wonderful you. Now who could have thought this could happen? Who would have ever believed? Could it be true that someone like
we are back home. I stayed at the coffee shop for about an hour, and y'all, let me tell y'all, I felt like I really did need that. I felt like my body and my brain needed a change of scenery. I know they say all the time to writers who have writer's block or just struggling to get through their draft or just making no progress in their story to just get out the house and change environment. I know productivity people say that too, that it's healthy to change up your space, change up your environment, even leave your normal space. And that's why I decided to decorate my desk, because to help change up my environment. And y'all, I'm glad I did that. I'm just so obsessed with the way the desk looks. I'm just so excited to get up in the mornings and just sit down and write right here, because I feel like it made me look forward to want to write and work at my desk, because I changed the way my desk look. Even though it's still the same area and I added a few more plants here and there, I feel like it just came to life. It made it look less dull, less dead, and I just love how my desk turned out, y'all. I'm telling you, if anything, change your writing desk. It really, and make it more bright and uplifting. It really just change your mood. Even just adding a few flowers, a few greenery, it could, or even get a new keyboard. It could really just change, brighten up your mood, make you look forward to want to sit down and do work at your desk. But I also felt like I need to get out the house, because yesterday I felt like I just was still feeling in the slumps, and then I decided, let's just go out. And then not only go out, but let's go to somewhere I don't usually go, and most of the time, y'all know, it's either at the library or Starbucks. And I know I probably should change up where I go, but I just go to places that I know, my safe haven, my little comfort zone, places I'm used to going to. But I was like, you know what? Let's change the routine. Let's change up a little bit. Let's do something different. And let me tell y'all, I'm so glad I did, because I felt like it perked me up a little bit. I felt a little bit more inspired, a little more creative, and willing to work on my draft. And I also use that time to reconnect with my spark, the spark of the reason why you want to write the story in the first place. And I also bullet point, since I stopped at I don't know if y'all watched my other vlog. I told y'all I didn't like the direction my plot was going, and I just hated how it was turning into more of a plot driven story rather than a character driven story. And it steered away somehow from the spark idea, or the idea made me fall in love with the story. It's just steered. The plot went a different direction than what I wanted to go. And I put a placeholder or a bracket that said, stopping here, going back to the original plot, we're changing plot course. I'm not going to throw away the 40,000 words that I wrote, but I changed the direction of the story. While I was in the coffee shop, I wrote down an outline. I tried to not spend too much outlining, but I feel like I needed a little guidance. So I outlined the midpoint and towards the end of the story of how I wanted to go. And I was just pretending that the rest of the story was following my original spark idea of the story. And I just say I did struggle a little bit, because I don't know what it is about me. I always struggle to figure out the ending of a story. When it comes to a decided incident, though, it's sometimes a midpoint. I feel like it's easier for me. I don't know how the story's going to end. I thought about even making another mood board for this story. I was looking at Pinterest when I got back, and I was trying to look at things that remind me of my characters, like my antagonist, and just trying to make myself get excited for it. But anyway, that's all I want to say. I could yap forever, but I'm still on the track trying to get out of slump. I feel like it's not much of a slump anymore. It's more of trying to figure out what the heck am I doing. There are a few other things I want to do to help me get back on track. I'm still reading and learning how to get out of the slump and how to just get into the flow.
Me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly. up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself.
There is nothing more cozy than a good rainstorm or thunderstorm outside, and you have a really good cup of coffee, and then you curl up with a really good book, or you could do some cozy writing session. There's just nothing like that feeling. And as I'm doing this video, and y'all know I'm in the middle of trying to get out of this writing slump, and would you know it, a thunderstorm came out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, I feel like my soul needed that, because immediately as soon as it started thundering and I saw rain droplets coming down my window and I saw it pouring down rain outside, I immediately got up, went to my kitchen, made coffee, and I said, you know what, I want to use this time to do some reading. I can watch a movie later today. I just want to read a good book. And right now, y'all, I am reading such a good book. I was reading King of Sin series, but I took a break from that. A lot of people in my comment section coming after me for this, but I am a series hopper. I can be, for example, King of Sins. I could read half the series and I would stop reading the series and literally go to another series, or I'll read a standalone book. And I know that's annoying for a lot of people. They're like, oh my gosh, why even start reading book one if you're not going to finish a freaking series? Sometimes I do just get bored and I just want to read other universes, other stories. I want to read for other authors. I like to hop around, explore different books and storylines. I don't know, I'm a weird person that way. And I wish to God, y'all, I read this during my vacation to Florida, because it is literally giving Disney romance vibes. So not Disney princess, you follow the prince, all that stuff, but I'm reading Fine Print as part of the Dreamland Billionaires series. I hope y'all can see this because sometimes my phone has a glare. I'm reading Dreamland, part of the Billionaires series. Dreamland is like the non-copyrighted Disneyland. So basically the series follows these three brothers. Their grandfather died, and each of them has to do a certain task in order to get a position in the company of Disney, or I mean Dreamland, to get a position of Dreamland. And basically one of the brothers fall in love with one of the creators for Dreamland, and I love their back and forth banter. I love when characters have back and forth banter, and I love it that he's grumpy and she's sunshine. She is super bubbly, optimistic. She loves cracking jokes, and he's just all serious, uptight. But the more he hangs around her and the more he gets to know her, he starts to loosen up a bit, and he even starts making jokes himself, because he usually doesn't do that. And he starts to let loose and have a little fun, and it does give Disney park vibes. And I really do wish I was reading this book while I was at Disney, and it would be such the perfect vibe. Y'all watch my vacation video. If you haven't, check the link in the description below, or wait to the end of this video you see at the screen card, or go on my YouTube channel and subscribe while you're at it, y'all. I got a lot of good content y'all enjoy. But anyway, I am using now to get caught up in some reading. So y'all, it has been a few days since I last picked up the camera, and I'm really hoping that my iPhone storage doesn't run out. And let me tell you, that's one of the reasons why I did not film the rest of that week, is because iPhone storage, and I'm gonna be so real, kind of lazy, and I suck at time management. I'm trying to think of what to say, and it's been a few days. My brain just went sidetracked. It's a brand new week, and I'm trying to process everything that happened last week. I think it really didn't help when I wrote a different story, when I redecorated my desk, and when I got out the house and sat at a different coffee shop. I felt like it did play a role with me getting out of the writing slump. Although I am out of the writing slump, y'all, I am really concerned. It's a brand new week, like I said before, and now it is the final week. The week I have to finish my novel first draft. No, it's not the final week of the 75 Hard Writing Challenge, but it is the deadline I had set for myself to finish this novel and first draft. And right now I just feel like I don't know if I'm going to make the deadline. I really don't know, and that's what I'm going to say for the next vlog. So stay tuned for that, y'all, because I have my draft process right now is complete chaos. I have a clear idea of who my antagonist is, who my protagonist is, and what direction I want the story to go. But now it's just trying to put it all together in the first draft, because right now it just seems like there's two stories in one, and the plot it just ain't making no sense. It's really not making any sense at all. And then I'm really feeling sorry for myself later, because I know when I come to the second draft or revisions, it's gonna be a nightmare trying to get through this hot mess. And I'm trying to help my future self in this week when I'm writing the last few chapters and scenes of the first draft, because I know it's going to be a nightmare and a pain trying to revise and edit this draft, y'all. It's just a hot mess. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to be so real. I'm going to be so honest. It feels like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And it feels like my story that once one time I was really happy and excited to write it, because I thought the plot and the idea was just so good. And now it feels like every time I feel like I'm making a breakthrough, I run into a problem. And I'm not sure, I hope I'm not coming off as someone that complains on this channel and just complains and seems like I don't love writing. I love writing so much, and I wish to God that I was paid to be a writer and I could just write all day nonstop. But I'm just dealing with those common writer issues right now, where I'm just dealing with the inner critic. Not only is my story plot and the way I structured my story is a hot mess. Literally, I don't even have chapters labeled. I just have chapter and no number at all. I don't know if that makes sense, but my document is literally just chapter and the name of the scene that I wrote, just like a label of the scene, and that's pretty much it. Just basically a first draft, a rough draft of just a list of scenes that are in a messy order. And that's just so frustrating. Not to mention the inner critic has been so loud. And I'm trying to tell myself every day, I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm trying to tell myself every day, the first draft is you telling the story to yourself. And it's supposed to be messy because no one's going to read it but me. But my inner critic just making it feel like, it's so loud, y'all. It's making it feel like that everybody and their mom is going to read this. It makes it feel like that I'm going to upload my whole first draft to the entire social media or to everyone to read. And I'm trying to tell myself, Hannah, no one's literally going to read this at all. It's just you. And like I said a million times, that's why you have other drafts. When the first draft is going to suck, and you just gotta remember that you're gonna have other drafts, and maybe treat the first draft as playtime. You're just having fun, trying to ask yourself, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if a character is like this? And you're just trying to have fun and just tell the story to yourself. It's time to let loose. And I know I said this in a video a long time ago, earlier this year, that adopt the Wattpad mindset. And how, if you ever read Wattpad books, some of the writing is a bit questionable. No offense to the Wattpad writers or anything like that, because I was once a Wattpad writer too, but sometimes the writing is a bit questionable, even though it's really messed up and cringy. Let me tell you, the Wattpad story I wrote when I was in high school was literally about werewolves taking over the world, but they were from space. Now, if that doesn't sound cringy, I don't know what does. And obviously, I don't want my story to be that way, because I want people to actually buy it and enjoy it. So, but at the same time, right now, I'm writing the first draft. And what I'm trying to say is that when I did Wattpad, I did not freaking care how bad it was, how rough it was. All I want to do is just have fun. Because to me, writing is fun. Writing is supposed to be playtime. Writing is supposed to be an escape from reality. And I feel like with this draft, I have made it something that's not fun, because I'm too hard on myself. So not only next week am I going to try to finish the first draft of this novel, hit the deadline. I don't know if I even can, for being honest, but I'm going to prioritize having fun. I don't want to walk away from this novel hating it, thinking I'm a terrible writer, wanting to delete it and just abandon the project. I don't want to be a person that abandons projects. I want to see projects through. So that's what I want to do. That's my goal. Anyway, y'all, I am going to end this vlog right here because it is a brand new week. And right now, currently, I am in the middle of filming, what is this, week 9 vlog. And I know I'm behind on making content and filming. Y'all probably like, Hannah, you skipped so many weeks. I know it's been a crazy few weeks with me sick, traveling, and just honestly, like I said, terrible time management, if I'm being so real. But I'm trying to get better at uploading and being consistent and keeping up with this series. This is my first ever series I think I ever did on this channel, so y'all be patient with me. I'm trying to do better with not only with uploading but also replying to comments. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping because I could go on all day. If you want to like join this writing challenge, if you want to challenge yourself to get this book written, y'all, we have literally 6 months left in this year. We should use this time right now to work on our novel projects. Yeah, because we already started doing this writing challenge, and just because we're halfway through the year doesn't mean it's too late to start writing that book you always been dreaming about. Start now. Let it be your mission for the last 6 months of this year to write your first draft of your novel. I know it's not going to be easy, trust me, but I think when you start writing and you finish it, you're going to look back and be so proud of yourself that you actually did it, because a lot of people think about writing a book or dream about writing a book, but they never do it. Grab the link in the description below if you want to challenge yourself and do the 75 Heart Writing Challenge. And with that being said, y'all, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.